Whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and start. I think we're live. Could you explain to us how to get started?
Okay, once you enter to the home page in K2Base, you will see this. This is our home page and the dashboard. We got in the left side or a menu, and in the top of the page you can see different tabs with different options. Where we can create a new project. We got this option to open from an app. This works with mobile devices, and you can see your project in your cell phone. We also got this option to open a project from a file. When you create a project, you can download the file and share it with your colleagues, and they can see your project. Okay, and we also got this option to open a project from Helios Code, as you can see, and other design softwares. We got here in the bottom of the projects, you can see many projects because that's my job. So I have designed many projects. So let's create a new project. We can click here or click in this menu. Let's do it here. And the first step is to enter the project information as the location, which is the main information. You can enter your address or the coordinates for the project. As we also got the address. I'm going to enter here and just click. As you can see, K2Base is powered by Google Maps. So you are going to see the satellite view from Google Maps. You can name your project as you want. Let's say that this is a K2 plus solar edge demo. And you can also add a planned date of installation if you already know it. And let's say that it's today. And this is one of the most important things here is to select the design method. We are going to select AC716 for this example, but for your information, we are working in the integration of the AC722. Okay, you can see your name here, and you can also add the customer information, his name, the contact person. You can also add some notes, and this is interesting because you can add some tags to filter your projects. As you can see, I got here many tags to filter my projects by system, by roof covering, and wherever you want. And this this red box is going to limit your workspace. So basically it will take a screenshot of the satellite view, and that will be the area available to work or to go on. Okay, let's click on add to start with our design. And then we select the wind exposure. Let's see that it's a B, the wind exposure, urban and suburban, and then enter the wind speed. If you don't know the wind speed or the loads in your location, you can go to these letters where it says external tool, and it will pop up to this cursor tool where you can find the loads on your place. So you enter the direction. Here, select the same design method of the code and select the risk. Let's say that's default. And you need to check the loads that you want to see and click on view results. And this is how we got the wind speed and the snow load. Let's enter the information, now load, and we can go to the next tab. Here is where you are going to draw your roof to start with the design. We got different roof types, flat roof on a pitch, gable roof and hip roof. We're going to select for this example a gable roof and roof shape of rectangle. The roof covering is tile. We're going to select and click on add the roof. We position our mouse on the corner, then on the next corner, and just go down with that square, and that's how we got the first roof. You need to put it in the middle of the roof. We'll draw it in the middle of the roof, and then we are going to enter the building height or the building information as the building height. Let's say that it's 20 feet and 20 inches, 20 feet for the roof pitch. And this arrow that you can see in the top will indicate where your models are oriented. In this case, well, we can see, but you can change the orientation or the roof slope. Okay, let's say, let's let it that like this. And you can also enter the characteristic for your substructure. We got here the rafter spacing, the rafter width of many information, but we just need for now the rafter spacing. And then click on the next sub tab where you can see the loads. And also you can add some obstacles if it's necessary, but let's continue with the next one. This tab is to enter your model information. You can choose between the manufacturers that we got here. We got a list of manufacturers.
It's a big list.
A big list. But in case that you can't find your model of your manufacturer, you can enter manually this information. You check on user defined and you can enter the model dimensions, the output power, and the model of your model. But we're going to work with Canadian for this example and this model. Okay, then we go to the next sub tab and we got the model arrays option. And here's what you are going to select your system and the orientation of your models. Click on add and you can draw your array. We got here our array, and on these features are to edit or create And we got many options here where you can edit your array. You can see you can add a new array, you can edit it, you can delete models if you need it. You can copy arrays, delete arrays, and we got also 2D view as a satellite view. We got also this 2D view to see your rafters and many features. Okay. Then, well, we got our first roof, and we are going to create a second one. So let's go to the last tab, and we're going to create a new roof. You got two options. You can copy this roof, or you can add one. Just click on this side and create it from zero. But for this example, we are going to copy the same roof and just edit the dimensions and the roof slope, or where the row is looking at. Let's edit the dimensions for the roof and change the pitch direction. You can rename it as roof 2. And oh yeah. And that's it. We got our second roof. Let me edit it to add a model here. And that's it.
Beautiful.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy. So then we go to the next subtab, the next tab, which is results, where you can add components to your bill of materials. You can choose different fasteners according with the roof covering. And we are going to select this tile hook because it works better with tiles, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose different profiles or base rails. We got a 44X, a 48X, XL, many rails. You can select whatever you want. And here in the bottom, we can add some accessories as cross caps for your cross clamps. And you can also add end caps, accessories for micro inverters, accessories for wear management, and different accessories. So in the next subtabs, we are going to see the loads on your model or in your rail. It will show you different information as the fastener utilization, the roof zone, and many information that you can see here. Then we go to the last part of the design, which is the summary. And well, we are going to see here the summary of a project. In this first part, you can see the name of the roof, the system, the model name, output power, and the quantity of models. Okay, and in the bottom, you can see the bill of materials. You can see our rail, the rail connectors, the fasteners, cross clamps, and all the accessories that you will need to install your project. Okay. Here in the left side, we got different options. You can create a report, which includes all that is checked on this part. You can select or choose the information that you want that your report includes, and you can also select the language of the report. Even if you are designing in English, you can export and report in Italian, Spanish, or wherever you want.
Nice.
Also, we got this option to export to an Excel the bill of materials of the model plans. As I mentioned, we got this option to download our project, and this file is the file that you will share with your colleagues, and that's how they can see the same project. Okay, and let's go with the next part, which includes to my colleague Evan, is this option K2 plus inverter design. This is how we export our project to the SolarEdge design tool. Okay, just click on SolarEdge Designer and it will export the project to his design tool.
Looks like we have the project with the same name. All right, so we practiced. It's good, man.
Okay, let me add some name. 3.0,
That works.
and we're going to summary again and repeat the same step. RH.
Cross my fingers.
that is it.
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
so even
My turn.
it's all yours.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Victor. Now for everybody joining us online on the webinar, if you do have questions, please feel free to ask those while we're here. Otherwise, if anybody here at InterSolar has questions, feel free to raise your hand. We'd be happy to answer. It's crazy out here, huh? That first part flew by, right? That was fast. So yeah, well, let's get into the SolarEdge side of this. As we said before, this design tool, both design tools are completely free. The K2 base and the SolarEdge designer. So now they work together. It's really a nice solution here to fit all the needs here. So let's dive into it. So let's see what we have. So it looks like it ported everything over here, and we are now at the electrical design part of the design process in the SolarEdge designer. So I see we have our roof, we have our modules, and it looks like it even pre-selected some inverters here. So that makes things easy. If I wanted to hit generate, it looks like I could do that and pretty much be done. But let's back up and see what's going on here. So if I go to the information page here, yeah, we can see all of the project name, the address, customer info, the details are all already imported over from K2 base. So that's really great. We have a weather station, or the location, all that stuff. So this is really good. So we can skip this part. We can go to the next one. So here our energy costs profile. We can fill this out if we'd like to. So I know there's projects in Arizona, but let's go ahead and put in Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E, and then maybe we can put in a utility rate, right? So with NEM3, we have import and export utility rates that we can apply. So that could be helpful, and I'm having trouble scrolling. So I'm just gonna hit this first one here. And then for export rate, here's NEM3. So I'm gonna select that. And what's really nice about this is if we wanted to create a battery profile, we could just, it'll take all of these hours in every month and it apply it to a smart battery algorithm, right? So if you decided you wanted to have a battery to maximize your ROI, we would make sure that battery charges and discharges accordingly, right? So during these really expensive hours to export where the utility is not giving us much, we're gonna self-consume from our battery. And on the times where we can get a lot more when we export, we are going to want to export to the grid, right? So really cool here. You can make this custom as well. Let's see if I can hit that. There we go. All right, so we have our energy costs here. We can add our consumption profile. I'm just going to make up a number here. Let's see if that will take. And then our consumption profile, I'm going to say that this house has family with infants or preschool children. Sure. Okay, so this is our average consumption profile for that. If we wanted to do a single or two-person household, it looks a little different, a lot more usage at night. Well, let's use this one. This is more interesting. Okay, so I'll choose that. Now, if we wanted to, we could upload all of our green button data right here, okay? And we can get the actual numbers in there. So it's a very, very accurate design, right? For this specific homeowner. But if we don't have it, we can do what we can use these profiles. Awesome. Let's go to site modeling. Wow, it's done already. Okay, we can toggle over to 3D. It's already done. K2 base had it covered already. The modules, that's done too, right? So we don't need to mess with that. Let's go over to the next one, which is our storage and backup tab. On this backup tab, we can set how much we would like to, our energy independence target, and see how much we'd like to maximize our self-consumption to be able to offset it up to 100%. I'm going to set it 0 because I'm not worried about that right now. I want to make sure that I have some batteries though, right? I have batteries here. We have backup power. So I want to make sure that I can back up my home. I'm going to add backup power. I'm not going to put a time limit or a requirement on how long that power is, or these batteries are going to back up our home, but I want to make sure it's included. So when I have this 20 kilowatt hours here, it automatically output 2 batteries, solar edge batteries, and this is our estimated self-consumption profile, estimated backup time with our consumption profile, and our potential backup power. Okay, so if we wanted to change those numbers, we could, but I'm going to say that looks good. Now we're back to the roof, right? Let's get back to the roof and let's string these optimizers. So what we can do here is, you know, we see here that we have 55 modules. Our oversizing is actually 108%. So we can change this number by changing our inverter size. Okay, so if we wanted to do a little smaller inverter, let's say our 7600 inverter, we could go here. So for those of you who use our system a lot, the PCS inverter here is our domestic content inverter. So if you wanted to make sure you have that domestic content when you order the product, you can select this PCS inverter here. I'm going to select this energy hub for now. And we are at, let's see, our oversizing is 91%. Let's do 2 inverters instead of 1. We have 136%. Now when you have batteries attached to a solar edge system, because they're DC coupled, you can actually oversize up to 200%. And you won't be clipping energy because you can literally take all of that clipped energy and store it in the battery and charge the battery with the clipped energy. So now some financiers require a maximum of 150% oversizing, right? So let's see if we can stay under that size for this demonstration here. So we're at 136, that's fine. Okay, we have storage. Let's make sure that's added here. So we said 20 kilowatts, right? With backup power. Great. Once that loads, we're good here. Okay, I'll zoom in. Oh, maybe the mouse is inverted. That's why I can't. Okay, when it comes to stringing the optimizers or the modules, we could string it manually, but we have this auto stringing feature here. So if you're particular about the way your optimizers are stringed, which you should be in many cases, then you can do it manually, but I'm going to go ahead and do it automatically here because it's easy, right? Boom, that's done. We have our optimizers selected here. If we wanted to change it, we could. And then, okay, so we have our inverters times 2. I think it all looks great. I'm sorry, that's our battery times 2 and our inverters here. Okay, let's hit generate, and looks like it worked out well. Now, one thing before we move off of this page that I'd like to show or demonstrate is, let's see this PDF section here. If I select the paper size, and let's see if I can rotate this. Has anybody here at InterSolar ever installed Solar Edge optimizers before? Yeah, awesome, cool. So you know that the paper, yeah, you peel a little sticker off of the optimizers, right? And you put it onto a sticker map, usually, right? So what you can do here in this case is give your guys on the roof this sticker map. They can put the stickers on it. And instead of manually typing in where each optimizer goes or using the SolarEdge mapping app, you could just have this sticker map. They would fill it out, you get it back, and you take a picture of it or you scan it, upload it back into the design, and these QR codes will automatically pull those stickers and put them where they need to be, right, on our design tool. So let's see if I can get back to the SolarEdge design tool. It's been a while since I've used a Mac. I think it's this guy. There we go. So then it would automatically assign all of those locations. So let's move on to the next part here, which is our bill of materials. Similar to Victor's K2 base system, where it shows you all of the part numbers and quantities for those materials. On the SolarEdge side, it will do that as well here, right? So we have 55 S440 optimizers, 2 different inverters, and our 2 batteries and our modules here, right? So if we wanted to, we could use this designer tool as our proposal tool as well, right? So let's say we want to do a price per watt for our system that we're going to be selling this customer. I've used this with friends and family, so it's just easier this way. So let's say this is your price per watt, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's this. I don't know. Whatever yours is, you can have it here. And then that will give you your total here. Also, if you wanted to add a custom item, let's say you charge extra to have a backup system, right? So we can put in our SolarEdge backup interface here, and then say that is, well, we'll put the part number in later, but we could say that you're going to charge an extra $2,000 for backup, moving all the backup loads, right? So that's dirt cheap, and it probably you probably should charge more, but I added an extra 0 here. There we go. Okay, so we also want to make sure that we add in our tax credit there, get our 30%, right? And then our escalator, we can adjust all of these numbers, but let's say utility price has probably gone up a little more than 2% in the last year, don't you think? I think it's gone up at least 7%, but I'll put 5 under the sell price. It's gone down, so I wonder if we can do -2. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, with an M3, it's gone way down. So I think this looks good. So let's move on to the summary and reports. All right, load in the report. Okay, so we have a report here. I'm going to go through it a little bit, and this is that system that we designed on K2 base. So this design that we've come up with, if you designed it in the SolarEdge design tool, we will warranty the design. So if you install it, for example, or you're not sure if it will work, the optimizers with the inverter, etc. If it works here on the design tool, we warranty it, right? We guarantee it. So let's go through it though. So this irradiance tool or button here allows you to see how much irradiance each side gets, and we can adjust this guy here. Let's see if I can use my mouse, right? So we can kind of give it any view here. I'm going to go in a little closer. How's that? Is that okay right there, you think?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Okay. We can just do the grid view without any of that stuff. But that looks nice. Okay, we'll hit done there. And this graphic here gives you a good idea of how the batteries that you're purchasing are going to work in your favor, right? So let's say your self-consumption from the battery only is 31%, which is pretty great. And then battery plus PV is 67%. So you can see your bill's lifetime saving on the battery lifetime. So that's a big number there, right? So we have a lot of these great metrics that come out from the design tool because our battery is a DC coupled battery. that you're not going to get from the other design tools. Okay. I won't say any names, but there are other design tools that consider our battery as AC coupled, right? So, and it doesn't factor in the DC coupled design or battery capabilities, right? So let's keep on going through this report here. We have our backup time, looks like 5 hours on average if we're using certain loads, right? When the sun's out, we'll get 8 hours. So if we wanted more, we could have more batteries, more inverters, and extend that. Some cool features here is like I was explaining before, with our DC coupled battery versus an AC coupled battery, we're going to get 31% or 10% better production than we would on an AC coupled system here, right? And then same here on energy loss from clipping. We are going to be able to lose a lot less than you would on a AC coupled system. So because we're able to charge that battery with that clipped energy. Cool. So a lot of this stuff we can rearrange, right? If we wanted to move this up here, move this down, we could. But this has great metrics to show. So like I said, this design tool turns into a proposal tool. So what I find that a lot of my friends and family want to know is how long is it going to take for this system to pay itself off, right? So in this case, this system is 5.7 years, right? We've got our ROI, our lifetime bill savings, and our net payments. So let's keep scrolling down here. We can see our production and our consumption profiles. Now this is estimated based on that 25,000 kilowatt hour consumption profile that we set up at the beginning. And this is what that monthly projection would look like, right? Let's see, is there any clipping? I don't think there is on this one, so or not much. So that's great. Moving on. This is something I like to see as well, is our current monthly bill versus with SolarEdge. So it's almost completely offset here with this system. And then we have our net lifetime bill savings, right? This is our utility, our electric utility rates here, and then the payout structure over time. So again, this is a really nice tool that you can show your homeowners for free, and it integrates seamlessly, as you saw, with the free K2 based design system. So last thing I'd like to show is actually not the print. You can print this out, but I'd like to show that you can download this onto a DXF file and upload it to your other design tools if that's what you'd like to use, or download the PDF string map, right? So the guys on the roof know where or how to string your optimizers. So with that said, I'd like to open it up to questions if there are any on from our webinar audience. Do we have any questions? Cool. Let's see. If there was a lot of questions that I received in the past about green button data, and again, that goes right here. You can upload it to this spot here on your consumption profile. Let's see. Victor, did you have anything else you wanted to add, or should we sign off?
I think we're going to sign off now.
Cool.
So,
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's a blast here at Solar. Looking forward to working with you guys more, and
thank you for joining us.
yeah, thanks guys.